Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers, coming to you from the state capitol in Carson City. On the broadcast today, Lance Gilman. He's the owner of the Mustang Ranch, as well as the partner broker for the Tahoe-Reno Industrial Center. For the whole show on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
All systems check. All right, Sam, let's go check out some D&D roof.
Hey, Ken. From up here, you can really tell the difference a quality D&D roof makes.
You're right, Sam. With our experience, knowledge, and staff, nothing compares to a D&D roof.
Hey, look down there. It's our D&D roofing crew.
I'll bank the plane so you can get a closer look. Sam! You watch your company's bottom line, and I'll cover the top of it.
Nearly 200,000 Nevadans work in retail businesses, supporting families and the community. Nevada's retail businesses generated over $2 billion in sales tax revenue in 1 year, including nearly $700 million to help our schools. Shop around and see all that Nevada's retailers offer our state.
We're the Retail Association of Nevada, representing thousands of Nevada businesses.
Businesses that work for Nevada.
Take a look at Pro Group Management and see how your workers' comp requirements can be met head-on. By taking a proactive approach, Pro Group can assure that your company is meeting or exceeding state and federal standards. As you move forward in your industry, Pro Group moves with you, simplifying regulatory tasks, clearing the way so you can get the job done and look to your future success. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Early in the morning or throughout the night, professional truck drivers are on the job, serving you, safely moving freight that's crucial to our economy. From the oldest industries to our newest innovators, from the exotic to the everyday, trucks are everywhere, moving everything. Never afraid to embrace a future that makes Nevada and our nation stronger. Trucking moves America forward.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, coming to you from Carson City in the state capitol in the old Supreme Court. And I am joined by Lance Gilman, partner broker with Tahoe-Reno Industrial Center. As always, a pleasure to have you on the program, sir.
Sam Shad, it's wonderful to be here always.
We speak frequently, and we will, about economic development as we continue on with this show, but I did want to talk to you about your other business, which is the Mustang Ranch and the Wild Horse, which are two brothels in Story County, legal brothels, legal prostitution. We've talked about this on the program, but not with you specifically before. Let's talk about the bills that died last Friday here at the legislature. Are brothels in the clear as far as their legality in the state, in the counties that allow them?
Well, certainly, Sam. By the way, it's been a long time coming. You've talked with me about economic development, and I've been doing it for 40 years. But some folks think the only thing I do is brothels, and so it's kind of fun for me to be chatting with you about it now. And no, brothels will legalize prostitution in the foreseeable future. I don't believe will ever be out of the clear. I've been the owner operator of the Mustang Ranch for about 20 years now, so it's been 2 decades of history in the industry. And by the way, I'm proud to be there, and I've learned about an industry that our focus is proper, and folks need to understand that and spend some time visiting with it to really understand it. But no, we're not in the clear. The Hardy bill, for example, at this point is kind of sitting on the shelf, but it could resurrect anytime.
Okay, so it died last Friday, but it could come back.
Yeah, well, the last 10 days of the session, as you know, are pretty wild, and they dropped the rules, and so who knows what could happen with it. But it's a very, very improper bill. It should not have ever seen the light of day. And I think that the tragedy is they're changing the focus from the illegal side of the business, which everybody is accustomed to on movies and television, and they see all of the illegal side. And they're trying to place the focus on something that's legal and such a great corporate citizen. You know, one of the things that strikes me as you and I sit here, and I understand you've already interviewed some ladies, but truly this is not about ownership of a brothel. This is about independent contractors, and that's a concept everybody needs to understand. Every one of these ladies choose this legal industry, and they choose it primarily for the safety that it brings to them. Yes, they can choose the industry, and most do, But Sam, they're independent contractors. They're there for a reason. They're there by choice. They change the quality of their lives dramatically in very short periods of time. So folks need to be chatting with them. You know, to be, for example, on the Hardy bill. Mr. Hardy has never been to a brothel. I've never met him. I've invited him repeatedly. He and Guasano, or I think that's the way you pronounce it.
Yes.
Guanasso. They've never been to a brothel. They may have spoken to a disgruntled employee or independent contractor of past, and I don't know of an industry that doesn't have somebody that's disgruntled in the industry. But come and talk to the ladies. There have been over 4,000 work cards issued in the Mustang Ranch's history in my 2 decades there. And most of those ladies are in 3 to 5 years and out. And the majority will tell you that it's been a safe, wonderful, rewarding experience. But you have to talk to the ladies to really understand that.
Okay, so is this a push by the LDS Church that put Senator Reed in the position of where he was opposing the brothels? Now Senator Hardy is opposing the brothels, or is it just their personal thoughts?
I think there's a small faction of folks that, for whatever their agenda is, and I don't know whether it's a religious agenda or something else, but there is a small faction that every session I've heard the rumblings, and there have been something about a bill, and so it's not unusual. In the Guanasso situation, he's Christian, and actually he's the one that led the fight in Lyon County to close the brothels there. And he was handed a tremendous defeat, which should be recognized. I mean, 80% of the people, 80% of the people, Sam, said, please leave the brothels alone. They're a good industry. Only, actually about 19% were in favor of that. So there was a small faction, but certainly it's not the public. I've never seen a poll or an issue that's taken place, whether it be Nye County. They couldn't even get enough signatures in Nye County. So here we are with the Hardy bill and this suit that's going against the state, and so ill-advised. And they are, unfortunately, as you and I have talked about, they are removing the focus from the illegal industry that's going on all around us.
All right, let's talk
That's the horrible part.
Let's talk about that, because it is a major problem in Las Vegas. It is a major problem in Reno. These are 2 areas where you can't have legal brothels. What would be the difference if you were to legalize prostitution in the 2 largest counties where it's currently illegal?
That would be a horrible choice, and I promise you it would be a horrible choice. In the illegal industry, it is controlled by predators. It's controlled by gangs, associations, and the ladies that are captured in that are treated in horrible manners. So really, we're making something safe for a lady that would choose the industry. So many in the illegal industry don't do that by choice.
Okay,
they do it by threat.
Okay, but let me make the point again. What about if you were to legalize prostitution in Washoe and Clark counties? So therefore, people like yourself could open the businesses, because we've seen many illegal businesses. Gaming, for example, was an illegal activity in the state of Nevada until they legalized it, and now we have one of the cleanest industries in the world, statewide, nationwide. So would that not clean up the industry and make it safer for the literally thousands, if not millions, of tourists who take part in activities, but in very dubious circumstances?
So I agree with you 100%, as long as it's legalized within 4 walls with proper admin oversight and professional direction. Just like gaming, that takes place in our casinos, not outside in our alleys. The same with prostitution. If it were legalized so that there was a vetting of the folks that are involved. For example, and I think our ladies have probably told you this, every single employee, I have 140 people that work at the Mustang Ranch on a 24-hour, 7-day a week, never close. And all of those folks have to have work cards. And I'm going to tell you that the majority of folks wouldn't even qualify for a work card, because the first thing they do when they stop is they have to have all their fingerprints taken. Then that's given to the FBI and a complete FBI background check. And one of the things that I believe is it's over-regulatory, because it takes a lot of the ladies that could benefit from the training and the safety, and they can't qualify for a work card because it's so strictly enforced. So now they have their fingerprints, they have a background check, then they go and get a medical check, then they can get a work card to work, and then they have to medical check every 7 days. And that's the burden that these ladies carry and the price they pay to come in and work on the legal side. None of that takes place on the street, or the strip clubs, or the massage parlors, or the dating services. Those folks go and get a license, they have no oversight whatsoever, no health oversight whatsoever, and they operate in the shadows on an illegal side.
Tell me about this website that exists for the Reno area that lists out massage services that look to me as though it's actually prostitution.
Well, it is. And it's where trafficking can take place. The first thing that I'd want to say is, let's not vilify the massage industry. For company's sakes, I had 2 a week when I was younger man training, and it's a very legitimate profession. But so often, legitimate professions are used improperly. And so there's a large section of, whether it be escort services. I mean, you just call the escort service and they send a lady to your room so you can have a date. What the heck is that? And so all we're doing is putting on the dark glasses that are not showing what's happening. Well, the same thing with massage parlors. You and I can get a license for a massage parlor, and oversight stops there. And so if you're an illegitimate side, if you will go to the websites, there are some over 30 that are really administered and owned by one particular faction, and they're literally advertising on their websites, cash only. What's that mean? And guaranteed happy ending. Now, I'm not sure what that means, but what in the heck is a happy ending in their world? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I am. But that's the problem. That's where it's happening.
There's a bill that's being promoted by Leslie Cohen. Did that survive last Friday?
Yes, it did.
Okay, and you're actually enthusiastic about this bill.
Our legal industry hasn't been looked at, Sam, for 40 years, approximately 40 years, and it deserves oversight. So I think you and I could agree that there's no industry that doesn't benefit by a certain amount of oversight, and we can all do better at what we do, whether we're CPAs or attorneys or the drug industry or you name it. And so the same thing goes with the brothel industry. So in my opinion, what Leslie is doing is she is focused on the ladies, and should be. They're independent contractors. It's their health, safety, and welfare, and secondarily their clients that she's focused on. So what in the world would be wrong with having an oversight committee as long as they pay attention and focus on the ladies, the independent contractors? I just furnish a safe, healthy place to work. That's my responsibility. A health, safety place for them to work, both clients and ladies, right? But this conversation is about the ladies that choose this industry and will continue to choose this industry. Nothing will get them financially safe and prosperous faster than this industry, especially if you come from a world where there's not a lot of options for high earnings. So these ladies, they'll net to pocket $100,000 to $200,000 a year, and they only work 2 weeks out of the year. Where else could they go and apply that by choice and get themselves out of very, very seriously difficult circumstances?
All right, let's take a break. We'll change topics when we come back. More with Lance Gilman after this timeout.
Tamarack Junction is South Reno's hotspot with over 450 of the latest slots and video games. Sully's Sports Bar, the Dining Car Restaurant, William Hill Sportsbook, and the Tamarack Steakhouse and Lounge. We're just north of the Summit Mall in South Virginia. Yeah.
Hey, Dad? What are you learning? This place is great. Huh? You gotta try this.
Wow, this stuff is great. People are gonna love it.
Yes. Yes, they will.
Hi, I'm Eric Robnett, owner of Home Energy Experts. Has this ever happened to you?
Honey, did you remember to turn down the thermostat?
Forgetting to set the temperature? Not fun. We can help. Our new smart thermostat keeps the temperature set for your comfort all by itself.
I'm feeling hot now.
To increase your comfort, go to homeenergyexperts.com for details. That's homeenergyexperts.com.
The signs and symptoms of cataracts can start out small with subtle changes in your vision. So don't wait. Be proactive and take your vision into your own hands. If you're experiencing the onset of cataracts or just have questions, contact your eye care professional or call Eye Care Associates of Nevada today. Dr. Hiss has years of experience specializing in the surgical correction of eye disorders and has completed over 84,000 vision correcting procedures. At Eye Care Associates of Nevada, we'll change the way you look at the world.
The Tamarack Junction Steakhouse is known for signature steaks, handcrafted cocktails, and world-class wines. Join us Thursdays and Friday nights from 4:30 to 6:30 in the Steakhouse Lounge for live music, gourmet plates, and well-priced wines, just north of the Summit Mall on South Virginia.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Lance Gilman. He is the partner broker of the Tahoe-Reno Industrial Center. You sold off 67,000 acres to blockchains a couple of years ago now, but you still have quite a bit of interest at that park that you and Roger Norman are responsible for. Are you looking for other opportunities for development in Northern Nevada, and have the land prices increased to a point that it's making it difficult for you to find something to develop?
Yes, especially industrially. We've really, the market is really focused on all of this going on right now, and so everybody in their mind, I think, are overpricing. And I think the pendulum has swung too far. It'll come back. We're looking
By the way, is that true in housing as well?
Yes, probably, but only in some cases. For example, more importantly, for example, in Reno, but you still can go to Fernley and find something well under $300,000, $250,000, $240,000. I just chatted with a gentleman that's doing a major project right now, and his homes are about $225,000. So if you go to our rural areas, which are going to prosper from all of this, housing is still very affordable. Where it's outpacing itself is in Reno specifically, and a bit in Sparks, but that'll balance eventually. Silver Springs is doing well, Dayton is doing well, Carson is really active, but Reno in some ways has pulled in the welcome mat, and so I think they're going to need to be a little more visionary.
All right, so now when you say Reno has pulled in the welcome mat, are you speaking specifically, for example, about the Reno City Council that's had a couple of major developments brought to them that they have actually turned down, 5,000 homes apiece, which are desperately needed?
Couldn't agree more, and I think without really proper reasoning to do that, they just didn't want the houses. So that's the welcome mat. And if they had really looked at that project, it was a phenomenal developer. They would have built a very, very quality, prestigious community, and yet it was turned down. So
this is the South Reno project,
it is,
which is going to court.
Yes, sir, it is.
And do you think then that if you're turning down housing in a desperately needed area, that you are also now going to be turning away businesses that are wanting to come to the area?
Yeah, it'll throw a wet blanket over what we're doing, and they've actually looked at some other things, like, for example, major taxes on warehousing space of maybe $50,000 a year is a little extra money, and so all of those things dampen the spirit of where our market is going. I've said this, Sam, to you many times before, we only have it to lose. It's here now. We have people like Switch and Rob Roy. We have Tesla. Google has broken ground on 600 acres out there. And so the industry is here today. It's wonderful. And the decisions we make in Carson City are going to have a dramatic impact on that momentum that we have going. We can turn the faucet off. Ill-advised? Absolutely. Because trying to get a momentum like we are enjoying right now is a miracle in Northern Nevada. It's a miracle.
Be a miracle anywhere.
Anywhere. And so here it is, and we have it, and all of a sudden we have another small faction of folks that say, no, we got to stop this. We can't be giving these incentives. We can't be bringing these companies. And my goodness, all of a sudden, we aren't foreclosing 2,000 homes a month. All of our small businesses are starting to prosper. Everywhere I go, Sam, people are saying, thank you, Lance, for what's happening here in our marketplace. We're back in business. We aren't going to lose it. We aren't going foreclosed. So the rewards are here, and the future is just starting. Let's not knee-jerk and all of a sudden start doing some regulatory environment that's going to shut that off. Because, Sam, they can do it in 1 year, in one session.
You and Roger Norman supported Governor Sisolak, even though you and Roger are both lifelong Republicans.
Yes, sir, we did.
And the main reason that you stated was because of his position on economic development. You thought that he could do a better job than the Attorney General Laxalt, who was also running for governor. How do you feel at this point in the session that he's dealing with economic development?
I have seen nothing but positive vision and elements from, and I would expect that. I mean, he brought the stadium to Las Vegas. He brought the ice hockey teams. He was a private, he had a travel service. He made payrolls, and he knows how painful that is. So he understands small business. And so I am absolutely confident that Steve Sisolak will make the decisions that will keep us on that momentum that we got under Governor Sandoval, God bless him. And so I want him watching that very, very carefully, and he needs to, because there's a faction that would close the doors.
All right, let's take a break. More with Lance Gilman when we come back.
Dimitri Prine here for Design Outdoor. At Design Outdoor, we specialize in all hardscapes, pavers, and walls you'll need for everything, from wonderful small yards to full-blown outdoor living. And we only refer the best contractors to make your vision a reality. Our store and backyard are located at 11600 South Virginia, just north of DeMonte Ranch Parkway. Visit designoutdoor.com or call us at 851-9499.
I'm men's rights attorney Marilyn York, and because I represent men in all family law matters, women often call me gender traitor, woman hater, and even disgusting. So why represent men and target myself with these offensive monikers? It's simple. Children with fathers in their lives are 6 times less likely to drop out of school, 15 times less likely to go to prison, and 5 times less likely to commit suicide. So ladies, you can hate me, but please love your children more than you hate their fathers.
Hi, I'm Dave Newman. Remember me? I used to be the house detective, and now I'm a realtor, full-time at RE/MAX Realty Affiliates. A lot of people ask me, how's the market? You know what? It's fantastic. If you're even kicking around the idea of buying or selling, give me a call. Let's talk about it. Call me at RE/MAX Realty Affiliates and just ask for the guy who used to be the house detective, Dave Newman.
The signs and symptoms of cataracts can start out small with subtle changes in your vision. So don't wait. Be proactive and take your vision into your own hands. If you're experiencing the onset of cataracts or just have questions, contact your eye care professional or call Eye Care Associates of Nevada today. Dr. Hiss has years of experience specializing in the surgical correction of eye disorders and has completed over 84,000 vision correcting procedures. At Eye Care Associates of Nevada, we'll change the way you look at the world.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Lance Gilman. He's the partner broker for the Tahoe-Reno Industrial Center. An amazing amount of fiber is being laid at the park and surrounding the park. What is this going to mean in terms of technology for Northern Nevada?
If we will support what's happening, and Rob Roy is a key element in that, but if we'll support what's happening, and especially in the fiber that he has brought to Northern Nevada, we will be the new epicenter of what a Silicon Valley might be. I mean, at TRI right now, 70,000 acres are owned by tech-type companies. You got Tesla, and you got Switch, and you got Google, and of course the blockchains. They promise to be an incredible opportunity for us, and so much of it is based on the speed of fiber. And Rob Roy has brought us the fastest fiber in the land. And so I absolutely can assure you, Sam, that tech companies will locate on that. And then you have folks like Chip Bowlby, who is a master developer here in our community. He has 800 acres out there for a tech park that's set aside right now, right on the fiber going down through the middle of it. So again, that's an industry that, from a visionary standpoint, will kind of introduce the bloom of all the new opportunity that so much of the nation can't even play in that game because they don't have that kind of fiber. And we're very fortunate. And again, I say we must protect those kinds of investments. You know, for example, Switch, Tesla, billions of dollars. More importantly, if I can, from my position, look at the payrolls that those folks are developing. Just between Tesla and Switch, if you looked at what they introduced to our community just a few years ago, they're going to be generating over $500 million a year in payroll. Those guys get the checks, they come to our communities. The economists will tell you that the multiplier is $2.3 for every dollar that comes in. My goodness. And those aren't even counting payrolls from blockchains and Google and all of the others. There's 150 companies at TRI right now. So we must focus on the value of payroll, not property taxes. They're wonderful. Nice to have those. Payroll is instant. It comes in every month. It goes to every small business in the community. And we are now poised to have some of the finest payrolls in value. All of those companies now are really changing the dynamics of payroll in our community. You know, they're talking about minimum wages, and they're going to do that through the legislature. Let the private industry bring tech industry payrolls to our community. And how high is up? I have no idea, Sam, but it's golden.
And that's where we have to leave it. Lance Gilman, always a pleasure, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
I appreciate it.
And we'll be right back. A bird's eye captures its surroundings at different heights. At Brian Culpa Photography, we can make your imagination soar over buildings, parks, cityscapes, and beyond. Brian's images tell the story and get the job done. If you need a new perspective to tell your story, contact Brian today. Brian Culpa Photography. Experience the bird's eye view at brianculpaphotography.com.
Hi, my name's Marilyn Miner, and I'm sure you'd agree that Nevada's a very special place to live. I was born here, and my husband and I have raised our family here. I feel it's a privilege to live and work in the Truckee Meadows. I especially enjoy helping my clients reach their real estate goals. Sometimes the smallest details provide the greatest satisfaction. I'd be complimented to talk to you about your next move.
Call Marilyn Miner at Dixon Realty, 742-1280, or log on to marilynminer.com.
St. Ives Florist, for every holiday and every special occasion. For romance. Custom home design. We have the largest selection of fresh flowers in northern Nevada. And we also offer a large selection of unique gift items. Come see me, Lori Ann, at St. Ives Florist, 700 South Wells Avenue, or call me at 333-9190.
Pro Group Management is the place where companies can find workers' comp solutions that are designed to meet their specific business requirements. As regulations evolve, Pro Group takes a proactive approach to clear the path to make sure your business stays ahead of the curve. Knowing your workers' comp program is optimized, you can focus on other important matters related to your growing business. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Because of UMC, I'm putting my free time to good use.
Because of UMC, she keeps me on my toes.
Because of UMC and this guy, I'm here.
UMC, the highest level of care in Nevada.
On our next broadcast, former Chief of Staff to Governor Gwynn, Mike Hillaby joins us. We'll see you then.